Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the reading of the fourth chapter, Albert Einstein at school. I told you Einstein was not willing to go to school because he doesn't like the rote education being taught in the school. Whatever is given in the books, you have to cram it, you have to vomit it in the examination to get the certificate to be promoted in the next class. So let us start with, in what year, Einstein asked the history teacher, did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? History teacher asked about a question of the war at Waterloo. I don't know, sir. It was a plain, flat answer. I don't know. Why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. Asked the teacher, why don't you remember? I have told you so many times in the class. I must have forgotten. If you have told, I must have forgotten. Did you ever try to learn? Because the one who tries to learn can forget. But the one who doesn't want to open the book, want to learn it, how can he forget? Asked Mr. Brown. No, sir, Albert replied with his usual unthinking honesty. Without giving a second thought, he very honestly answered, I don't like to learn. Why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. What is the idea? One can always look them up in the book. Everything is written in the book. If you are to go to see about any dates, you can check it in the book. Mr. Brown was speechless. He was unanswerable. He was not able to say anything for a few moments. You amaze me. I am very much surprised at you, Einstein. He said at last, did you realize that one can always look most things up in the books? Did you ever realize you can see all the things given in the books that applies to all the facts that you learn at the school? Yes, sir. Then why do you come to school? You open the books at your home, then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Frankly, sir, that was a straightforward answer. I don't, said Albert. Then you don't believe in the education at all. Because what according to the education system is, books are prescribed, we are to go through the books, we are to read the books, the data is given in the books, the figures given in the books, the reason behind the content, we have to learn that, and the questions out of within those content matter is asked in the examination, and we are to answer. Oh yes, sir, I do. I don't think learning fact is education. According to me, education is not learning the facts only. In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm, making fun of Albert, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. Then, my dear student, are you ready to let us know what is the theory of education according to you? What type of education should be given in the schools? How the students should be taught in the school? Please tell us. Albert flushed. He felt embarrassed. I think, but still he continued, I think it is not facts that matter, but ideas. What was the idea behind that fact? He is giving the example, I don't see the point in learning the dates of the battles. Which battle was fought on which date, or even which of the armies killed more men. Who killed whom, I don't know, I don't want to know, but I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. If they were trying to kill each other, what was the reason behind that? Why they wanted to kill others? What was the enmity? What was the personal enmity behind that in fighting or killing the others? That's enough. Mr. Brown's eyes were cold and cruel. Now the teacher was in a rag, you can say. He was very angry. So just stop. I don't want to listen anything from you. We don't want a lecture from you, Einstein. You will stay in for an hour extra period today. That is a sort of punishment. You will stay in the school. You say stay back like a punishment. Although I don't imagine it will do you much good. I don't think it's going to make any changes in you. But still, it's a punishment and you will stay in the school. It won't do the school any good. Punishing you is not going to make any good for the school, but you are a disgrace. I don't know why you continue to come. Why do you come to school? When you don't want to open the book, when you don't want to learn the things, why do you come to school? It's not my wish, sir. That means he is coming to school forcefully. The parents send him to school. Go to school, Albert pointed out, then you are an ungrateful. Ungrateful means thankless child and ought to be ashamed of yourself. You should feel ashamed of yourself. You are really thankless. Your parents are sending you to the good school. providing you education, food, clothes, uniform, everything, but you don't want to come to school, you should be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. You should leave the school. Albert felt miserable. He was feeling very poor when he left the school that day. Not that it had been a bad day. He has been punished by the school, the teacher. That's not the reason. But the reason is most days were bad now because everything it happens in the class, this or that way. Anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. The problem was tomorrow he is to come back to the same place. He is to come to the school again. That's the problem only. He only wished his father would take him away. He just wished perhaps his father takes him away from the school, but there was no point in even asking because his father will not agree. He knew what the answer would be. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. Like you are in class 11. If you want to go to college for higher education, you need to get the certificate of class plus 2. Without plus 2 you can't enter the degree college anywhere, so that is the problem, and he has to stay here to complete his diploma. Going back to his lodging where he was living, maybe he was living as a PG, where he was living did not cheer him up. He was not happy even there. His father had so little money to spare. He was not so rich. Father was not having so much money to provide him such a good house to live in, or in a hostel. Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Manek, the poorest section, the poorest area of the city where he was living. He did not mind the bad food. He was not getting the good food, the proper diet, lack of comfort. Maybe there was no ACs and all that, no comfortable situation was there, or even the dirt and squalor. Even the surroundings were very dirty. There was squalor. You can say mud and all that, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. But the area where he was living, it was a slum area, the poorest section of the city where he was living, and when he used to go back, he hears so much crowd, so much people quarreling to each other, children shouting, crying at all. He didn't like it, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. His landlady beat her children regularly, and every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. It was a routine, but at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri when he called round in the evening. When in the evening his only friend Yuri came to meet him, they were discussing. He said that I don't like the place where I am living, I don't like the food, the atmosphere, the surroundings. But Yuri said at least you have your personal room to stay in and to concentrate on your studies.